Okay, today we're going to review multi-step equations with variables known on both sides, and this will help prepare you for your quiz you are taking today. So the first problem we're going to start with is 6c plus 3. So, and as you can see on this page, the questions get a little bit harder as we move along. So our first step is let's draw our line down the equal sign. Remember, we undo our addition and subtraction, so we're going to subtract 3 from both sides. And that means we're going to get 6c equals 42. Next step, we want to get our variable by itself, so we have to divide by 6. We get c equals 7, and that is your answer, which is one solution. Moving on to number 2, we have 11 minus a equals negative 23. Our first step is to undo our addition and subtraction, so we're going to subtract 11 since that's a positive 11. Means we're going to get negative a equals negative 34. Now you may think that we're done, but there's still a negative sign in front of that a. So if we remember, if there's a negative sign, that means there's a negative 1. So what we need to do is we need to divide by negative 1 on both sides. So that'll give us a equals a positive 34. So it just changes our answer from positive to negative. On to number 3. Number 3, we have a fraction. So if you remember on the fraction, we're going to circle our biggest exponent, our denominator, which is 4. We're going to multiply our whole equation by 4. So that means we're going to get 8 over 3 plus 8y equals 4 over 4. This will go to be 8 over 3 plus 8y equals 1. We still have a fraction, so let's circle that other fraction, 3, our denominator. We'll multiply the whole equation by 3. So we're going to get 24 over 3 plus 24y equals 3. So I'm going to move this up here now. So after we do that, 24 divided by 3 is 8, because we can simplify that. So we're going to get 8 plus 24y equals 3. Our next step is to subtract our 8. So we're going to get 24y equals negative 5. Then our last step is to divide by 24. So we are going to get a fraction. That is more than okay. So we're going to get y equals negative 5. Ooh, sorry, guys. Equals negative 5/24. So that is the first row. So let's move on to the next row, and we're going to get a little bit more challenging. So number 4, let's draw our line down our equal sign. Remember, we undo our addition and subtraction first, so we're going to subtract 6 to both sides since it's a positive. So it cancels it on our left side, and we get 8n equals 40. 8 and n are being held together by multiplication, so we do the opposite of division. So we divide both sides by 8. We get n equals 5. And remember, we have to do these steps to both sides because of the property of equality. Number 5, we have a denominator, so let's circle our largest denominator. Multiply that entire problem by 6, so you get 6x over 6 plus 18 equals 42. 6 divided by 6 is 1, so that'll give you just x plus 18. Okay, I don't know what's going on, you guys. Sorry, it's being kind of glitchy. 18 equals 42. Last step, you're going to subtract 18 from both sides. So you're going to get x equals 24. The answer key for this will be on your Google Classroom too, if you can't read what I am writing. Okay, on to number 6. We have variables on both sides of this. So our first step is to get our variables on one side, and then we get our constants on one side. So I'm going to move this p over, and since I have to cancel it on this side and move over there, I'm going to do the opposite. So I'm going to subtract p from both sides. I'm going to get -4 equals -9. This is not true, so you have no real solutions. So that is one where if your sides don't equal each other and your variables cancel, it's called no real solutions. Okay, moving on to number 7. We're going to do the distributive property first. So remember, we got to multiply both terms inside the parentheses. So you get 16 plus 4k equals 22. Subtract 16 because we want to move our constant. You get 4k equals 6. Divide by 4. K equals 6/4, which can be simplified down to 3/2. So just remember that you can simplify down fractions sometimes. Okay, moving on to number 8. Our first step is our distributive property. So we get 26 equals 4t minus 16 plus 3t. We then combine our like terms because we have, our 4t and we have our 3t. So those are like terms. So I'm going to combine those to get 7t. So you get 26 equals 7t minus 16. You next move your constants. You're going to add 16 to both sides. And you are going to get 42 equals 7t. Your last step is to divide both sides by 7. So you're going to get 6 equals t, which is the same as t equals 6. So that problem has one solution. Moving on to number 9. Your first step is to distribute. So you're going to get m plus 5m minus 5 equals 7. Your next step is to combine your like terms. You have m and 5m. So you're going to get 6m minus 5 equals 7. You'll move your constants. So you're going to add 5 because you have to do the opposite since they're not on the same side. You're going to get 6m equals 12. And your last step is to divide both sides by 6. So you're going to get m equals 2. And that is it for problem number 9. Okay, going on down to number 10. Like I said, I made them get a little bit trickier so you guys can have some practice. Your first step on number 10 is the distributive property. So you get 8x minus 6 minus 8 equals 4 plus 2x. You have like terms on your left side, -6 and -8. So you're going to combine those to get 8x minus 14 equals 4 plus 2x. Since I have variables on both sides, I want to move those. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move my variable over to the other side first. So I like my variables on the left side. So you're going to get 6x minus 14 equals 4. Then you're going to add 14 since it's the opposite of negative. And you are going to get 6x equals 18. Our last step is to divide